Hey up, as they say where I come from. I've spent the last few weeks mainly in the garden because the weather's been nice and we don't get much decent weather here in the UK, so you've got to take advantage of it when it comes. So I've been doing the mowing and all sorts in the garden that needed doing, just catching up. But one of the things that I've needed to do for a while is get rid of this unit. I'll show you. So it's an old writing bureau and I had it in a room downstairs and the wife never liked it. I liked it. I took it out of house clearance years ago and it was perfect when I took it out and I quite liked it, so I brought it home and we had it in the house for a while, but the wife didn't really like it. And then one day we were doing something downstairs and she said to me, can you get rid of that? Can you take that out? So I thought, right, okay, I will do. So just help me get it outside and I'll get rid of it. So we put it outside and I put it around the corner thinking, right, I'll get rid of it properly and I'll do something with it, I'll sell it or whatever. Anyway, as you can see, something else has just fallen off it. As you can see, after I'd put it outside, I never got back to shifting it again. And this is what's happened. It's cream crackered, as they say. And I was going to throw it away yesterday. I was going to burn it actually. But then as I was looking at it, I thought, oh no, I bet, you know, it's an old thing. I mean, I don't know how old these are, you know, 70 years old, maybe, I don't know, 100 years old. And I thought they used to make things better back then. So there's probably some decent gear on it that's worth keeping. So what I'm going to do is strip it down and anything useful I'm going to keep and the rest I'm going to get rid of. I'm just going to zoom in on that because, as I say, they used to make things better in the olden days. I mean, look at that. You won't get that these days. That's like a cap over the nut that's on there. And I haven't brought a spanner down with me, so I'll have to go get a spanner. Just before I take that other hinge off, you notice there, as that falls down, that piece comes out on both sides. That's what the writing thing rests on. Clever. They're all the original flathead screws, and I'll show you what I've just seen in here. Somebody's obviously had a go at repairing this at some point because they use the newer Phillips head screws. It looks a bit of a rough mend though. I've actually got in my pocket, took these out yesterday, and they had these drawer handles on them. I took them off yesterday. That's what gave me the idea yesterday to save this till today and strip it down properly, because I like the look of them. There's 2 of them, and I thought this wood on the outside, you know, it's hardwood, is that? It's been outside. I bet it's been out here 4 years, so that's lasted okay. Right, well, that was quite fun, stripping that down. I enjoy that bit. Now comes the hard bit, where I need to make something out of it now. I need to make that stripping that down worthwhile. And, you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know where to begin. I could use some of this, it's all hardwood, so I could use some of this to make a hammer shaft, but I think that's a bit of an easy cop out for me, really. I'm thinking something a little bit more complicated, but really don't know where to start. But I've got this bit of a formula that I use. When I don't know what to do, I just do something. It's like, right, what definitely needs doing? So I know what definitely needs doing is the nails pulling out, the wood cleaning up. So, you know, that definitely needs doing, so I might as well be doing that and thinking about what I'm going to do with it. And then as I'm putting it in piles of separated wood and cleaned up wood, it might lend itself to a few more ideas. So that's just a way I sort of normally work, and it seems to work for me. So I won't bother filming this process. I'll just strip it all down and I'll get it bundled up into nice little stacks of workable pieces, and hopefully some inspiration will struck. Some inspiration will have struck, and you won't just see an hammer shaft. So, right, I'll see you in a bit. And there you go, you see what I mean? You strip it down, clean it up, and then it becomes obvious what it's going to be. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. Okay, I like to use whatever I've got at hand, and I've got some black leather dye. Now, it's not wood dye, but how much different can it be? And I've got it, so I'm going to try it. Dye's dye, am I right? Probably not. Could have planned that a little bit better. The only reason I didn't plan that a little bit better is because I sort of made that up as I went along. But it seems to work. It's got it clamped now. Next time I'll make sure that that's fastened down. I'll make sure these two pieces are lower than these two, and then when I put the strap across the top, it'll definitely bring them down. But it's got it as that. That's solid. Right, unfortunately my makeshift jig didn't do the job. I clamped it at the sides, but I mustn't have clamped it enough in the middle, so consequently it's not quite glued together in the middle, but not going to worry about it. I'm just going to re-glue it and clamp it again. So there's there's 3 pieces, and basically them's the middle 3 pieces. So that's what should have happened, but it's alright, it's not a disaster, because I'm going to glue it to a board anyway, so I think we're alright. Right, that clamping process let me down big time. It didn't glue properly, so I've just had a right panic on, thinking I've just wasted all that wood and all that time. So I've clamped it up all over the place now. I've put some weights on it. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow and just keep my fingers crossed that when I take all this lot off, I've sort of saved its life. So find out tomorrow. Here we go, the day after. And I've had this on my mind all day. The big reveal. If it hadn't worked this time, it won't be through lack of clamping, I'll tell you that. I've screwed this in square and I've wedged everywhere. Yeah, wedged down here, wedged this side, wedged that. So I think if I take these was high with this one. Here we go. Oh! It's worked. Right, after narrowly bringing this chessboard back, or this piece from disaster, I think it's not looking too bad now. I've just cut these sides, so I'm going to border it off like that, or something like that anyway. But I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I'm going to glue that up tonight and fasten it all up. So I'm going to leave the video there now. I'm going to call this part 1. So obviously I never set out to make the best chessboard on YouTube, because let's face it, I couldn't make the best chessboard on YouTube. There's far too many people out there that are far more skilled than I am. But it doesn't matter. I set out to make the best chessboard I could, and I'm pretty pleased with that. I think I can do better. I think if I were going to do it again, I'd use 2 different kinds of wood, because the wood, I can't sand this now, because if I sand that wood that I've dyed, I think the dye's going to come off, and then you won't be able to tell it's a chessboard. It'll just look like a board, which is no good. But I'm going to carry on with it. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder there, I've still got plenty of wood left out of that cabinet, so I'm going to do some more with it. But for now, I'm going to leave it there and get on with it again this weekend and see if I can make some more improvements. And I've got a couple of ideas. I always say that, I have anyway. Right, I'll probably see you next week with a little bit more done to it. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.